The oak tree. Our family picnics were special memories during my childhood years. We always gathered under the old oak tree down by the riverbank. The tree, from my viewpoint as a child, I thought stood over 200 feet tall, but in reality it was only about 40 foot. We always had plenty of shade in the summer, and it was a great wind block from storms. The branches stretched out over the river and on up toward the house, and they carried the most beautiful colored leaves in the fall. I remember when we put up that old rope swing over the river's water, and one day the rope broke and I thought for sure that my sister would drown. Oh yes, we had fun on and around that old oak tree. It was a big part of our lives growing up. I remember we played hide and seek, made tree forts, and we climbed so high I could see the smoke from the chimney of Uncle Ron's cabin 5 miles away. Some days I would climb up there and sit for hours and listen to nature talk. And you could really hear the song of the birds up there. I swear the squirrels became your best friend. The clouds floated by so close you could almost get on one for a cloud ride. That oak tree had to be over 100 years old. About 20 foot up from the bottom, you could see where Grandpa and Grandma had a carving of a heart and the year that they had met in 1932. They had also carved out the words, "I love you," right next to their names. I talked to Mom a lot about these carvings, and we carved our names in there too. I remember one night we all heard a loud crash outside the house, and when we scrambled to see what was going on, we found a car that had skidded off the main road and hit the old oak tree. They had hit it so hard it tore a big chunk out of the side of the tree, and the car was down in the river. This was a major emergency. We ran down, and I remember Papa helping the people out and getting them back up to the house. Yes, that old oak tree brought back great, unforgettable memories. I inherited the property after Ma and Pa passed. My family lived there for the next 30 years, and I watched my children grow up with that big old oak tree as a part of their lives too. Then one year, the big rains came. It rained so hard the river was rushing madly, and there was so much water it had washed away the riverbank all the way up past the oak tree. The old tree had hung on for as long as it could. When the storm cleared, we found the old oak tree on its side. The tree had stood for generations, but it was now no longer standing. We had to do something with the tree because it fell right over close next to the house. I sharpened up the old chainsaw and began to cut. Log after log, we stacked the tree for future firewood, and even gave some away. I came upon one branch, though. I think it was the branch right above where Grandpa and Grandma had the carving. But when I picked up this certain branch, it spoke out to me. Well, I mean, it didn't actually speak in words, but I felt a very deep feeling inside. I should take this branch and make something meaningful that would contribute to our long-lost friend, the old oak tree. So I took the branch to the workshop, and for days I worked the wood up and down, sanding, filing, and burning until one day I had the most beautiful gift that the old oak tree, I think, would have ever given to our family. A part of this 100-year-old tree has now been turned into a most beautiful instrument called a flute. This flute has been in our family for well over 21 years now. I have passed this flute down to my son, and he has started a great path with a part of our family's history joining him. The sweet sound that comes from the flute really brings the oak tree to full circle within our family. The breath we provide the flute for its song comes from the oxygen that the tree had provided us for life. We're all part of this circle of life, so always walk a good path with our earth and family. This is a sound that our beautiful oak tree now sings. And if you listen close, it will tell you a story.